Stefan, are you hearing us?
Yeah, I'm hearing you. Thank you.
Great. So please give your pitch.
The way we shop has significantly changed over the past decade, and so have our expectations. Customers have been overwhelmed by the amounts of products offered online and are looking for more convenient online solutions. On top of that, personalization has become the #1 trend for the retail industry in 2018. We have developed an on-demand shopping solution that offers personal fashion recommendations. By combining AI, deep learning, and expert fashion know-how, we have created an innovative way to help retailers discover what the customer is really looking for and provide them with matching products. We developed several standalone services, tailored virtual assistant and conversational agents, visual and advanced search engines, image recognition, and predictive recommendation engines specialized for the fashion domain. Our virtual assistant Sophie, as you can see in the picture, is able to interact and engage with the customer in real time, allowing her to respond on feedback immediately. Our heartpiece is our agile and domain-specific recommendation engine, which helps us to get the right products to the right end customer at all time. What is unique about our recommender is that it is able to evolve with the customer's changing preferences and needs by taking into account direct feedback and any type of interaction. It is also able to predict what other products, brands could be a good match to our customer. Unlike other recommendation systems on the market that are mainly based on customers' online purchase behavior and other customers, we have built a content-based recommender system that looks at every individual aspect of our user.
We help marketers understand consumer behavior by analyzing photos on social media. So nowadays, it's been said about 3 billion photos are posted on social media every single day, and many photos look like those. As a marketer, for us, those are gold mines so that you can understand how your consumers are using your products, or so to understand their lifestyles. But here's the problem. Our current major social media analytic tools are still keyword-based. Some can use like image recognition, but the accuracy is pretty low, so those are useless. We collect photos from Instagram, Twitter, and scan them by using our own image recognition technology, so that to understand who's consuming which kind of products, when, where, and how. And we curate those information to provide a report to brands as well as advertising agencies, and this is what we do. Image recognition break language barriers, so we can apply this solution to anywhere in the world. So this is our strength. Our image recognition technology is specific. We built our own, and ours is specifically catered to identify products in the photo of social media. In social media photos, you know, like those are photo taking skills are not necessarily high, and the resolution is somewhat low. So we are catered to analyze those situations. So for this, Google says footwear, IBM says shoes, Microsoft says actually human, but we can say this is fun sneakers. We are really serious that we are aiming to be #1 in our industry in what we do. But in order to do that, we really need your support. We are looking for seed round investors, as well as people working for brands or retailers.
I'm Christoph Fiedler, Technical Director and Lead Developer of Holo-Light. So we develop AR and MR solutions for the industry, for Industry 4.0. What does it mean? Of course, augmented reality and mixed reality, as opposed to virtual reality, give information that is required for certain tasks, for example, maintenance, at the place where it actually counts. So the shop floor, the machine, or the assembly line. We focus mainly on optical see-through stereoscopic holographic devices. It asked something along the lines of HoloLens. We are not only focused on HoloLens, although we've been made a Microsoft partner through our continuous work with the HoloLens and our customers. And we have this one great advantage. We developed the so-called Holo Stylus. There's one thing about holographic interaction currently that is a little bit dissatisfying. That is, the first thing they do is they want to touch the hologram. They want to really grab it and interact with it in a meaningful way. And this is currently, unfortunately, not really possible. The Holostylus, a pen-shaped input device that is infrared tracked and that you can use to actually directly interact with any holographic content that you like. So it is basically a combination of the very well-proven concept of a pen and a mouse, a point-and-click device. You can think of it as a 3D point-and-click device. Suppose you want to track this device. You will want to have a stereoscopic tracking with 2 cameras, and naturally they will not be in parallel. Thus, you will have loss from any kind of incorrectness in production. This will be magnified through the distance from where you interact, and this can actually lead to quite a big magnification if you just try to solve it in a algebraic solution. So what we thought is maybe it would be best if we do not try to do this by calculating things, but rather by having a neural network learn to recognize where is this pen-shaped device currently, and what's its rotation, and where I'm actually supposed to work with it. So we track it through a very sophisticated AI-based algorithm that we soon realized could also be turned into something that is much more powerful and that could actually help to foster the so-called AR cloud, a digital layer on top of our world. So what have we come here for today? We're actually currently in a phase of sending out development kits of the Holostylus for early adopters, and we are actually searching for more such companies and partners as early developers, people who would like to develop with the Holostylus and help drive this technology forward, or simply investors who think this is a great technology and would really like to help us bring this to a larger market.
My name is Stefan Heitmann and I'm the founder and chairman of Pricehubble. Pricehubble is a B2B software as a service company that is focusing on the global real estate industry. We are a product engineering company, so we build digital products that our customers are using across the entire real estate investment and owning process. And those client groups are using this technology in order to do one thing and one thing only: improve their own KPIs and results. And I just want to give you one example, and one example only, of how we, for instance, employ and use Pricehubble. So if I look at the second spot here, improve conversion, what we do here is we match property to customers. What this means is that we as a company lose 20% of our customers because the customer is losing the property that he wanted to purchase. This happens every single day in any major city. And it happens because customers are not the only ones trying to purchase one property, but others are equally so interested in purchasing that. So what we do here is we use Pricehubble technology to match a customer's property and wealth profile to any property in the market, existing, past, and future, and thereby creating an internal supply of properties that we can feed to our customers. Another example that you can see here is the retention side. So customers send digital information to their customers at the end and after the transaction. This is one way of digitally staying in touch with your customer without having personnel cost, without having additional investments that you have to make as a management or as an entrepreneur. How do we do this? We rely on 3 main pillars. One pillar is data. Data from all sorts of various sources. So we scrape data from open sources, we buy data, we partner with clients to get access to data, we generate our own data. And then we use machine learning and artificial intelligence to make sense out of that big data soup. And we use that technology in order to analyze the data signals that we're getting. And then the last step is what I said before: we engineer products out of this data work. We also go deep into the building. So we're using floor plans to not only compute the outside perspective of the real estate, but also look from within, outside. So we three-dimensionalize floor plans in order to actually come up with layouts of how this real estate is exposed, and how, if you're a property manager, for instance, whether you can explain vacancy rates or whether you can improve your rental cycles and thereby your rental income. And we are now very serious about the Japanese market. We would like to open the Japanese market to Pricehubble's technology, and we are beginning now to model our first property and real estate models for, first and foremost, the Tokyo real estate market, and then ideally later on other parts of Japan. So we are looking for partners, for pilot customers, for interested enterprises along the real estate value chain to do one thing, and one thing only, to make not only Pricehubble's business stronger, but most importantly, make your business stronger.
My name is Matthias Zörer. I'm the CEO of Evolve, a high-tech startup in the field of machine learning and acoustics. And we enable crystal clear communication with machines. Our team designed the algorithms that remove all unwanted background noise sources when having a telephone conversation or when using your favorite smart assistant like Siri or Alexa. So this enables crystal clear communication and also boosts automatic speech recognition. The cool thing about our technology is that it's tiny and it's running locally on a small hardware. So this is important for both security and privacy. Your data belongs to you. Our system is scalable and reliable, and it was rated 2 times higher in terms of audio quality compared to products available on the market. In terms of speech recognition accuracy, we got 5 times higher accuracy when using overlapping speech. If you're not believing this, I would kindly ask you to listen to the following audio example. In the next 20 seconds, you're going to hear 2 people talking at the same time. So this scenario is typically happening in a subway or when driving a car. And it's pretty hard to understand the conversation. So please turn on the audio one.
The former agriculture minister, known for his free market views, succeeds Jacques Chirac,
And stop it.
The former
Okay. So this basically breaks up every automatic speech recognition system. So we ask our AI to focus on only one speaker, and that's the result you get. Please play audio 2.
The former agriculture minister, known for his free market views, succeeds Jacques Chirac, resigned.
Thank you very much. So that's amazing, isn't it? So far, we're focusing on the car market, as we have a prototype ready to show our customers. But the great thing about our technology is that there are even bigger markets waiting for us. Think of tablets, mobiles, headsets, and even hearing aids. So this will enable potential growth and recurring revenue streams in the future if we're going to equip those devices with our technology. We're seeking for active industrial partnerships and collaborations. And regarding the stage A fundings, I kindly ask for investments after business formation phase.
So I'm Rie Kawano, CEO of Cognitee. We are focused on the business communication, meeting, interview, or business pitch, and presentation or the negotiation. So it's difficult to quantify and difficult to compare with high performer and low performer. So also difficult to standardize the criteria of the evaluation. We solve these issues. Our service name is Upsider. So Upsider provides the bird eyes for management, and we can reduce the education cost only for uploading your voice file, like today's my pitch. So, and you get the graph of the pattern and the tendency of the talk logics and structures compared with the high and low performance in company. This is a sample. So in high performer, in the first contact of sales talk, they set a lot of factual data, but at the closing talk, they more set the merit data, merit information. This is a kind of example. And after that, we can detect the model of the high performer tendency and to develop the algorithm for automatically assessing. We provide auto feedback for each employee in own real dialogues. So it's what educating by themselves. Other AI solution has needed the many huge of the sample units, but we have a more smaller sample unit. Why do I do that? Because we have the original classification rule and accumulated data. Currently, we are submitting the patent for in Europe and US and Japan. So this is a production flow of the upside analysis. It has 3 steps. One step is speech to text, and the second is text to convert into the code structure, and third is scoring. This is the first step is not our technology. This is manually or the Google. And this is converting is a key point. We have the manually and system. And after the third system is all automatically by the database. And also we are expanding to the other country. This September, we attended the TechCrunch at San Francisco, and we got the award. So we are front of the next Series B funding, and we are finding accelerator and partners for the market POC.
Okay, today, NVISO, I'm actually going to talk about user-centric automotive application of AI. Bit of background on NVISO. Founded 2009, building on research that already existed in EPFL Lausanne in Switzerland on human-machine interfaces. Core technologies in visual intelligence, and originally very much in emotion analytics. And it's heavily used in the market research industry, especially tuning TV commercials, things like that. So when you watch a TV commercial, your attentiveness is required to increase with no dips, because if there's a dip, that means you might change the channel change. So they want your attention right until the point of peak emotion, then they imprint the logo in your brain. That's how that works. Now, working with the MR industry, we have gathered over 5 million labeled faces of human emotion. And those are... Now, the MR industry is not scalable because there's a lot of advice required in it, but we have that huge data to feed the AI machine, the AI beast as I call it, which has allowed us to enter other markets. Now, we're involved in 3 major sectors: fintech, which is a revenue-generating business, medical, which is also a revenue-generating business, and we are moving now more and more into automotive and robotics, which are the future businesses. And we're looking for additional funding to accelerate commercialization of that sector. We address the major shift in the human-machine interface, and that means going from explicit inputs to implicit inputs in real time, and these are automated. So the key point is you have technology change drivers in automotive. For autonomy is coming, regulation and security is coming, car and ride sharing is coming. This requires technologies for the vehicle to interact with the users, both the drivers or when in a fully autonomous situation with the passenger state. It also has to be explainable, because people are not going to accept the technology without it being explainable. So intelligent driver monitoring, driver recognition, driver profiling. Those are all things where we have technologies. And to do that, you need object detection, facial recognition, emotion recognition, and fairly soon body pose.
I'm I'm Shozo Takai, Head of Operations at eBot7, and we create AI solutions for the customer service. We are writing hundreds of billions of messages a day. And today's customer, they want to use those communication channels to not only talk to their friends, but also to communicate and talk to the company, and vice versa. The companies want to communicate on those communication channels to talk to the clients as well. And this puts a lot of pressure on today's customer support and a lot of cost. And we at eBot7, we create AI solutions to solve this problem. So a little overview here, we develop hybrid AI plus agent solutions where we in the first case, or in the best case, can fully automate the text-based questions of your customers. And in the second stage, if the automation is not possible at the beginning, we still generate answer suggestions and provide them to the customer support agent, and he can work more effectively and efficiently with the suggestion. And we integrate this intelligence in existing CRM systems, as for example in SAP, Genesis, Salesforce, or even legacy systems. And we take your company-specific or the company-specific data, which is usually stacked in a CRM system. Those are FAQs or emails or historical support tickets, and we take this data and train our NLP system with it. So then we are able to answer your customers' questions with your company-specific data. In the second stage, we use our predictive intelligence to not only analyze the question, understand the meaning, but also to analyze the sentiment. So we can see if this question has high priority, what the topic is about, and then we can actually route it to the right customer support agent to make the routing system even more effective. And in the third step, our hybrid agent plus AI model is coming into place, which I will elaborate on now. So for us, it's very important that you as a company, that you have control over the AI. And we enable this by giving you the chance to select a confidence interval at the beginning. Let's say you choose a confidence interval of 98%. That means if a question comes in, we analyze the question, we generate a suggestion and insert a confidence interval within this suggestion. And if the AI is above 98% confident, an automation takes place. If the AI is below 98% confidence, we transfer this suggestion to the customer support agent, and the agent can decide if it's correct or not. If the agent says the suggestion is correct, he just has to press accept, and the answer is sent out to the client, and the AI is trained in the back end. If there are information missing or something is wrong, the agent should correct the suggestion and send the corrected version out to the company, and the AI is trained in the back end. And this setup has many, many advantages. First of all, we can guarantee that there's no wrong answer sent out due to the safety mechanism. And secondly, the AI is trained during the operational process of your daily business. So you don't need extra resources or engineers who go into the system and train the AI model manually. This is done by every interaction between the customer and the customer support agent. So why are we here? We are looking for companies who are interested to improve their service. We're looking for pilot projects to start business in Japan. We even created an MVP for the Japanese market.
Hi everyone, I'm Naoji Taniguchi from Holoeyes Inc. My company Holoeyes provides VR virtual reality service for surgery, doctors, hospitals. We are providing this kind of VR application for each patient, from each patient's CAT scan data, CT scan data. So using this, so doctors can understand the structure of organs and bones. This is model of liver. Liver has very complex 3D veins, and this yellow one is tumor. And young doctors talking to veteran doctors. They are planning surgery. And so we are using deep learning to segmented CT scan data. So this is liver. So to make a 3D model, we have to segment like this. So we are trying to develop automate segmentation. And this is the result. So this is segmented by deep learning engine. Our business is selling VR application for each patient to hospital. And we are not only a VR solution company, so we are focused on data. So now we are trying to certificate from as medical software, and this is clinical is center of healthcare, and we connect clinical and training education with 3D digital data. Do you know GitHub? Okay, so my concept is GitHub for doctor, or 3D Wikipedia for doctor.
Working on AI-generated synthetic customer data, and you might think, okay, synthetic customer data, I already have big data of customers, why would I use additionally synthetic data? Does it make any sense? So, but there's some things with personal data, which is customer data. One thing is data privacy. In the EU, we have regulations like GDPR, and even California thinking about applying such a law, and even Brazil, to protect personal data. And this, of course, restricts the sharing of your data. Even internally in your big corporation, you cannot really give away sensitive data to any department as you would like. So, but how can you be then innovative? How can you give away the data to a startup or something like that? So, and the second problem is pseudonymization offers no safety, like just changing a name or something in the data set, and even anonymization of big data assets doesn't really work. So I'll show you an example why. If you have big data assets, or even high-dimensional data, like on the left-hand side, if I change the name here to Günther Banknartner, I think everyone knows still who this person is. Yeah. And the right-hand side is more or less the same with the banking account. If you change the user and you see the transactions, you can immediately identify the person who belongs to this account. So and now if I go here and say, okay, I remove information from here, changing the numbers, yeah, still, if you know this is Airport Vienna and there is this one cinema in Vienna, you still know this is our CEO who did this, yeah. And if you go further, and then, you know, now it's really anonymous, yeah, but now you have destroyed all the information. You cannot use it anymore. Yeah, that's the problem with the classical anonymization technologies. Our solution we've developed is AI-generated synthetic data. If you use synthetic data, of course, you can close this gap. We generate universal models of customer behavior, which are then really synthetic worlds of your customers. And they retain all the details and the structures of the original data. And they are realistic and representative, but anonymous. So you are free to share it and free to use it for all the purposes, also for software testing and innovation. And the things you would like to do, which you were not allowed to do or couldn't do with the personal data. So with this, you really have unlocked your big data assets with synthetic data, and you can use it to give it to the test and development team, to have a really big data set, to use it for software testing, or do even market optimization, or you can even share the data and sell it on the market, yeah, because it just contains the statistical information and not personal data of your customers anymore. And if you have big data which is restricted regarding privacy, please talk to me afterwards. Thank you very much.
Let me explain about the CACH itself. We are the Tokyo-based startup that set up there 2 years ago, and our vision is we can change the world by power of IoT. So we are trying to solve the many social problems by the power of IoT for peace of mind for people and society. And these are the examples that the Japanese market have, like home security, structural health monitoring, vehicle malfunction, and machine malfunction. And also these are the examples that we can help solve with one service, even the cheaper price. But how? We are developing the wireless AI accelerometer called ACCOM. ACCOM is this one. This is a quite tiny device, but it has the acceleration and gyro sensor and temperature sensor and wireless communication module. And also this is powered by cell batteries, as you can see. The operation flow of this device. So after attaching this device on the target object, its acceleration and gyro sensor measure the vibration of the target object. The unique point of this product is step 2. The AI that is already installed on the device evaluates the action from the vibration curve and counting the number of each action like action A 1 time and action B 3 times, and then sending that result data to the cloud. So in the conventional way, we need to send all information with the vibration curve, and then after the analysis on the cloud, we can get the result of the action. But that is conventional way was like step 1, 3, and 2. But our way is step 1, 2, 3, which means we can save lots of the cost because we just send the important information to the cloud, not the old information with the vibration curve. And also we can save the power consumption of the device. So we are combining the technology of the acceleration, AI, and the edge computing. This is an example of the vibration curve. We get the data, the upper side, when we put the device on the movable object like a motorcycle. And then lower side, we put the device on the static object. As you can see, there are some red arrows. And then in the red arrow timing, one specific action is taken. And collecting the data of the vibration curve and these flags of the red arrows, AI builds a trained model. Then after installing the trained model on the device can automatically judge the irregular situation and the regular situation. And the example of the accuracy, we put this device on the motorcycle and we collect the data of the right turn and left turns in different situations. From this turns data, we built the trained model and we tested the trained model in the unknown situation data, and we got more than 90% of the recognition of the right turn and left turns. And our competitive advantage is the simple installation. So this is powered by cell batteries. We don't need the AC power outlet and the power cable. So it can be integrated into the existing product and also new product. Currently, we are focusing on the Japanese market, the Japanese companies, but we look at the overseas market as well, like Europe market. We believe even in the Europe market, many companies are facing the same problems, and so we are using the global technology called the Sigfox. We don't need to change the operation flow that much. It's relatively easy to adapt the new market. Here, what we are missing is connection. It's hard to connect to the right company and the right people who we should talk to. So we would appreciate if you guys can help us on the part. Thank you very much.